Have you ever walked down a city street, locked eyes with a crow up on a telephone wire, and felt a strange little chill, like it was actually looking at you? Birds of the genus Corvus, which includes crows and ravens, have adapted perfectly to human-dominated environments. They sit quietly on our rooftops and power lines, observing our daily lives. Biologists have known for decades that these birds are exceptionally bright. They easily figure out multi-step physical puzzles to reach food, and they routinely fashion twigs into hooks, creating their own tools to survive in the wild. Applying physics to a tool is one thing. Scientists shifted their focus to a different kind of intelligence: how these birds perceive and categorize the humans sharing their territory. These birds operate as active, intelligent analysts, mapping our world, studying our routines, and building a cognitive profile of their neighborhoods. To figure out how detailed that profile was, scientists decided to test the absolute limits of their minds. Researchers set up an experiment to see if wild crows could actually differentiate and remember individual human faces. The setup was straightforward. Scientists put on a distinct, slightly creepy rubber mask. While wearing it, they briefly captured a few crows, tagged them with leg bands, and released them back into the wild. Then they waited. The researchers wanted to see what would happen months and even years after that single stressful event. They were testing for true long-term retention rather than an immediate panic reaction. Years later, when those same researchers walked through the campus wearing that exact mask, the crows lost it. They dive-bombed and aggressively scolded the masked scientists, completely ignoring anyone who walked by without the mask. This proves crows possess a highly sophisticated system for facial recognition. They can study the contours of a human face during a brief encounter and store that exact image in their brains, much like we do. And that memory is incredibly precise. The birds successfully isolated the dangerous face from the neutral ones, allowing them to pinpoint the exact source of a past threat. A crow's memory of a traumatic event acts as a permanent, highly accurate record of your specific face and your specific behavior. But the researchers noticed something strange as the years went on. Crows that had never been captured, birds that had never even seen the mask up close, started joining in on the dive-bombing attacks. To understand how this happens, we have to look at how these birds organize themselves. A group of crows is called a murder, which is essentially a highly structured, deeply interconnected social network. This animated diagram shows how that network operates in real time. When an original captured bird spots the masked researcher, it emits a very specific alarm call. That vocalization acts as a targeted broadcast, pushing threat data out to every bird within earshot. As the alert signal cascades through the local population, the data spreads exponentially. Those surrounding flocks hear the alarm, look at the mask, and link the two together, absorbing the identity of the threat. It is basically a form of avian gossip. The original victims teach the rest of the flock exactly who to hate, bypassing the need for those other birds to ever experience the danger firsthand. A single interaction effectively becomes a shared file in a community database, spreading the warning through the local murder and across territory lines. Biologists call this phenomenon cultural transmission, and it serves as the core driver of modern crow society. Most animals rely on hardwired survival instincts. Crows are actively building a generational database. Older birds pass this specific threat data down to their young, ensuring the knowledge outlives the original event. Every crow in your neighborhood operates as a node within an overlapping intelligence network, constantly syncing data about the people they encounter. Throwing a rock at one of them creates a ripple effect of hostility that will follow you down the street for years to come. It pays to be polite to the wildlife that shares our cities. You really don't want to end up on the wrong side of their local watch list. Those tiny black silhouettes perched up on the wires act as an unforgiving, ever-present surveillance network.